Okay, and whenever you're ready to go, let's go ahead and start.
When solving an order of operations problem, it's very important to take time to diagnose what steps you need to solve. In the problem that I've written here, you see 4 minus 3, that's raised to a second power, plus 8, then in parentheses a 5 minus 2. It's important to realize that the 8 written next to the parentheses in this fashion shows multiplication. The 8 is being multiplied by whatever the quantity inside the parentheses happens to be. We have a certain set of rules that tells us what order in which to perform the calculations in this problem. That order can be remembered using an acronym that we use as saying, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." Now, you may not have an Aunt Sally, and she may not need to be excused, but that saying helps us remember the importance of the order of operations. P, for please, actually stands for any grouping symbol. Grouping symbol in this problem would be the parentheses that are holding the 5 minus 2. So whatever is inside the parentheses is what we're going to calculate first in this problem. Leave everything else in the problem alone. When you get to the parentheses, go ahead and evaluate the value 5 minus 2, which is 3. Now, leave the parentheses because the parentheses were there to show multiplication by the 8. It looks as if we might still have parentheses in the problem, but when we look at the order of operations, the P that stands for parentheses really means anything inside parentheses. So we're actually done with that step of the order. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. We took care of the P for parentheses, so the next step is E for exponents. We have an exponent in the problem with the 3 that's being raised to the second power. So this is the step that we're going to take care of next. Be very careful when you take 3 to the second power. Because of the minus sign that's in front of it, we're not evaluating with that subtraction yet. All we're doing is taking 3 to the second power, which means 3 times 3, which has the value of 9. Everything else in my problem stays the same. Notice I did not raise a negative 3 to the second power. The minus sign is not included in that exponent. If the problem wanted me to include the negative sign, they would have had to put parentheses around the negative 3 to include it with the exponent. So we took care of parentheses. We took care of the exponent. The next step would be multiplication and division for my dear Aunt Sally. We take care of multiplication or division by doing whichever one of the two happens to come first, left to right. Well, in this problem, we only have one. We have a subtraction, an addition, and a multiplication. So the multiplication of 8 times 3 is the next step. Leaving everything else the same, we evaluate 8 times 3, which is 24. When addition and subtraction is left, all you have to do is work the problem left to right. 4 minus 9 is a negative 5, and then negative 5 plus 24 gives me my answer here of 19. Two important things to remember about the order of operations. Follow the order step by step and work only one step at a time. It takes a little bit of paper to work one line at a time, but you are less likely to make mistakes if you only concentrate on one step of the order each line. And that way you will have a better chance of getting the correct answer by using the order of operations.